Hi, Shannon here with Shannon Sizzlen Stampers, and today I am coming with a project, well, 3 projects for my Pueblo Library Curbside crafting group. So I want to start out, and I'm just going to show you in your kit the items that you should get. So you'll have a little bag like this, and if you'll take out your items carefully when you receive your kit, you're going to have a stamp of some sort. Most of them have one. Of course, I happen to pick the one that has 2 pieces because it's Miss U. But you're going to have one stamp in there that you're going to have the choice of using. Of course, remember previously you've received your black ink spot and a little container block. You're going to have a small card, which is not folded in half, that you'll need to fold in half, a small envelope, and a small card. All of the card bases, these are from our Flowers for Every Season Memories and More card kits, and so they're all different. So what you get may not look like this. My Pueblo West kits have a craft envelope with them, and my Pueblo West kits for the large card, their bases and envelopes are also craft. The Rawlings group, yours are white. And then you will have a large 4x6 card, Memories and More card. Again, these are all different and they're double-sided, so you have the choice once you see your materials of what you want to use and work with. You will also have a package of original sunflower seeds for your treat bag, and you're going to have a piece of ribbon. The ribbons are all various as well. Then you're going to have one of our new tile cellophane treat bags, and inside of it are several little pieces. So when you pop that out, be very careful. You're going to have 3 to 4 little gold glimmer dots or glitter pearls. You're going to have that. So don't lose those, they're very tiny. You will have a half of a card, again double-sided. You're going to have a piece of white random sized paper. You will randomly have a strip of words or a word or a short phrase. These were cut from the Memory and More Flowers cards. You will have a random colored strip of paper. It could be a blue, it could be the greens, it could be a craft brown, crumb cake. So you'll have a piece of colored paper. And then you will have a self-adhesive die that has a word on it. All the words are different and they're different colors. And then you'll either have a bow or a flower of some sort, self-adhesive die. So those are the items that will come packaged in your kit. And I'm going to show you how easy these are to work with. That's one reason I love our Memories and More cards, is because you can do more with them obviously than just creating cards. So let me set that sample aside of the kit. So the first thing you're going to do is to make the large card. So some of the cards have a full-on picture even with words. So you may find that you're doing nothing but gluing this onto your card base, and I'm going to show you a little bit of where you might want to take a little snip of your ribbon and add it on for a little touch. So this one has this side on the back, and if I were making this into the card, I would probably use this. Some of them are just solid florals, or they might have a frame like this, and you might choose to stamp your word or another stamp that you might already own in there and do your card like so. So for your large card, for the one that I'm going to show you, I have taken a little snip of the ribbon from one of the kits off of the long piece that you've got. I've just snipped a little piece, and I'm going to just tie that, if my fingers will work tonight, into a little knot. And then all I would be doing is gluing this on with whatever adhesive you prefer onto the card base. And if you want, you might choose to add your little snippet of ribbon somewhere, like I like it right under this little rose. Because every card is different, everyone's cards that you make will be unique. So you're going to want to play with that and see, where do you like that ribbon? You know, maybe I want it up here, maybe I want it over off here in the corner and trim it. If I were doing it, I like it like that. Okay, that's one option. If you happen to have a card that has a phrase or saying on it. If you have one of the cards that has the floral pieces, you could simply, I'm going to use our new seal, but you can use any sort of adhesive that you like. I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto the card base, and your card base may be white or it may be craft. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the black ink and my words. So the word that I have out of my set is thoughts. And they're very random. Some of them are short phrases and sayings, and others are just one word. It might say mother, it might say bride. And I'm just going to stamp this on the white paper. And then I'm just going to trim it down. And you'll notice I'm not trimming this one super tight. I'm giving it lots of room. And of course, if you have a paper trimmer or something at home, you can use that. But I wanted to make it, you know, for all of those who may or may not have those pieces at home. Keep whatever white you have left, because you may need it on another card, on your other card. So I've got my word thoughts like so. And I think I'm going to lay that right there. If you happen to have, if you're a paper crafter and you have dimensionals, this would be a great way and location to, I didn't get that straight, nor did I get it over far enough. This would be a great location to pop up your sentiment with the dimensionals and make it stand up a little bit. And then this is one of the flowers that you might have. There are a whole variety. They come in yellows, greens, whites, blues, pinks, so all kinds of things. I attempted to do a little bit of color coordination, but you can imagine doing several kits. That would have been a lot. And then I'm just going to stick my flower right on there. Again, these pop off nice and easily, so let me just show you. Because that yellow blends in. If you happen to have, and my scissors on there to keep that stickiness off. If you happen to have any little dimensionals, pop dots they're called, 3D dots, lots of different names, but you could put the dimensionals on there. And then that will just give your flowers a tiny bit of lift. So that way that yellow doesn't blend so much in to the card itself. And then that little knot of ribbon that I showed you on the other one, trim that a little bit more even. I would just go ahead, and if you have a glue dot, you of course can use that, but I'm just going to show you with plain old white liquid glue. I like the Tombow Mono. You can glue a piece of ribbon, and it's just that easy. I tend to want to turn these around the other way because I'm used to doing Facebook Lives. I forget that I'm doing the regular video so you guys can see it nice and tight. But there's a card. Super easy, really looks nice. It's got a clean, crisp fill. So that is the large 4x6 card. And again, everyone's will look unique and different because you'll have a different stamp. And you may not like the stamp saying that you get, and then you don't have to use it. You can either hand write a sentiment or use another stamp that you already have. The next card is the small white, and they are not folded yet. So you will need to take and fold your card in half. And it goes with the small card. So again, these are double-sided. And I'm gonna look in my kit and I'm just gonna see if you're a Pueblo West, you have a white card with a craft envelope. My Rawlings, it's white and white. And so my kit has this pink word beautiful. I was thinking I was gonna do that, but I don't really want the word to cover up those. So let me see, my back side says start fresh. And I think beautiful could work with that. Plus I like the pink a little bit better with that. However, I will say if you had one that you liked, I love that the saying stands out on the colors that's not there. So you can make that work either way. Again, you're merely adhesing your card to the card base. This is how easy card making can be. It's, again, number one reason I love the Memory and More cards as an item that is not just for memory keeping albums. And I'm going to carefully pull that out. Be very careful as you lift your words. They are a curvy font and they're very delicate. They'll tear easily. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down, trying to be careful, trying to get it as lined up as I possibly can. Of course, if it's not perfect, it's okay. It's hand stamped, it's hand created, and people love that. And there is that card. If you feel you have enough ribbon, or you do your treat bag later and have excess ribbon, again, you could choose to snip a little piece of the ribbon and tie it. I'm going to do a knot again. Oh, I should have done the knot first. This is going to make it really tiny. My fingers don't work as good anymore as they used to when I was younger. I remember my mom saying that, but now I totally understand. All right, so now I've got this tiny, tiny little knot, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it right here at the neck of the blue tulip, just to give another little piece of interest, okay? If you don't like what's there, again, you don't like the word that you have or something, you can always come back in and stamp with the piece of white that you still have that's extra, and you can add that onto the card that way as well. So that's the second card. Super, super easy. Love it. And people, you will send these cards and people will just rave. They'll love it. One thing I've found is people love receiving something handmade. Now, don't put those cards away. Keep them handy, because we do have one finale touch that we're going to add, but I want to make all the projects first and then go back and let you see how I'm going to add it. So now you've got your treat bag, and I've given you the individual packages of sunflower seeds. I just love that they're flowers, and it's kind of a fun treat to give. And all of the card halves have sunflowers somewhere on those card halves. And I did that intentionally. But because of COVID pandemic, I wanted to make sure you had an individual package that hadn't been touched or opened or anything. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, for giving, if you want, you could shake those down and fold it over and secure it and tuck the bag like so into the treat bag if you want to be extra cautionary. If it's going to a family member or someone that you know really well that won't mind, then I just merely opened my package and poured the seeds in. So that package fills the bag about halfway. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ribbon. Actually, you know what? Let's do the tag first. So in your kit, remember you have a random strip of colored paper and you have a random phrase, short phrase, or one word saying. And all I've done is glued mine. Mine said shine on, and I've glued it onto the green paper that I had, which is like a mint macaron paper. Again, this is two-sided, so I could either choose to have the all sunflower look, or I like this one. It has a little bit of white space where I could write. So I'm going to put that there, and I could even write someone's name up there. And you're just going to glue that on with whatever adhesive you're using, like so. Attach that onto there. If you happen to have a hole punch, this is just, I'm just going to use a standard hole punch. Normally I would use a smaller one because the ribbon that I have in my kit is more narrow, but I wanted it to be easy for you guys. Most people, if they have a hole punch, it's going to be this. If you don't have a hole punch, you can glue your tag straight onto the bag, or you can take and fold a corner down. I'll show you on the scrap paper. You can take and fold a corner and just cut a little slit and you'll have a hole. Or you can take your scissors straight through, whoops, and that's why I don't do that method, but you can take them straight through and cut yourself a hole that way as well. But if you have a hole punch, that works great. And that's all there is to that little tag. So now I'm gonna go ahead and so I like it to have a little bit of fluff, and how I do that is I've got my gusseted sides flat and I'm pinching them together, and then I'm pushing flat from front to back. So flat from side to side, and then pinch it and flatten the front to back. Now I'm just going to tie that in a little knot. And you may choose to tie your bag first and see how much ribbon you have, and then trim your ribbon off from the edges. Now I'm just going to slide that tag that we just made, that was ever so simple and cute, onto there and give it another knot. And voila, just like that, you're done. Super easy, cute little bag that you can put, and it's a great thing to hand off. It's easy, it's a great coworker gift, fun for the summer, for the season. And the sunflowers, I love those because they're a flower that goes from summer all the way into fall. So this is something that you can easily gift and give to other people. Now, remember I said you have those little gold glimmer dots in your package, and there are a variety of sizes. So I'm not sure what you have, but I'm going to bring back out all three of the projects, and I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas of what I might do with the glimmer dots. So for example, I might start, and I just use my scissors. You can use tweezers or your fingernails. I'm going to start, and I'm going to put one glimmer dot on my tag like so. And it just gives a little bit more bling and a little sparkle, and who doesn't love sparkle? Okay, and then I think I'm going to take my other large one, and you know, I tend to like to just play around with these and just see where things land. I'm going to do it in the center of that daisy. And I'm actually thinking I'm not going to put any on this card. I like this card the way it is. So I would rather use mine on this. And that's why I wanted you to see the options before you, in fact, see, I just moved the large one to the sunflower because it's one, and I happen to have two of the small ones left. And I can put a small one in each of those little daisies. But again, that's going to be something that you're individually going to do and add. So those are just some little ideas for you on how to do it. And of course, your cards will all be unique to you. One, your cards are going to be different from everyone else's. No one's going to have the exact same card piece that you have necessarily. And you're all going to have different self-adhesive flowers and different self-adhesive words. You're going to each have a different stamp, different phrasing. So make it your own. I love that about paper crafting and stamping. I love that it's my special heartfelt touch that I get to use to create something and then to give that away. So I hope you guys enjoy this month's projects. I know it's not as much stamping as it would be if I were teaching an in-person class. But again, as always, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook at Sizzlen Stamper, Shannon Miller. And don't forget, almost forgot, on the front of your bag stapled is a coupon pass. So that's for a very special class that I'm going to do that's exclusive for my community partners that I do kits with. So the library, and I've got some other community partners. People who sign up for that class through that, there's a special link for you to sign up with. And then on the bottom of that also has the video tutorial for today. But that coupon is a $25 value for the class and kit. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that and join me in September. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.